Y'all hoes better get this tea. Listen, you cannot fake the way healthy looks. Look at my skin. Get into my weight. Get your health up. Drop down in the description box. Click the link to get your hands on this tea and this NutriBurst. It will change your life. Y'all, let's talk about this episode of Insecure that was fully committed to Molly, to her will and to her way. Let's talk about it. Listen, y'all, it is 6:08 on Thursday. Insecure came on, Sunday night? And I'm not going to lie to you, with everything that's going on in the world right now, it really is taking a lot out of me to even be able to do this video. There are two things that made it possible. I've talked to y'all before about me being in therapy. And one of the things that I'm working on is just my ability to be consistent to my commitments and remain true to what it is I said I'm going to do. And then two, waking up this morning and seeing the tweet from Ice Cube canceling his Good Morning America appearance, citing that he did not feel like telling Good Morning America, telling America good morning. It rationalized the mindset that I'm in and the energy that I'm experiencing because my consistency is something that I'm working through with the therapist. I was feeling guilty today, yesterday, for not being up on the shows the way I should. But Ice Cube made it all right for me to be like, Cube, it's okay for you to not want to make people laugh about trivial shit such as fictitious characters like Molly and Issa and what the fuck is going on a Housewives episode. So, pardon me for being late. That's the mind state that I'm in. Still feeling slightly guilty because I just don't want to fall off the wagon. And I know what it means to me to achieve my goals in terms of remaining consistent. So that's why I opted to try to push through this anyway. But I'm going to try my best to give it my all. So the episode opens up with Molly sitting down to the Ethiopian restaurant. Yes, God, honey, Ethiopian fish was not having it for Molly and her going back and forth. And what I liked about the scene with Molly going back and forth with the lady, yes, I want this, no, I don't want this, yes, I want this, no, I don't want this. It's a parallel between how inconsistent and indecisive she can be in her own life. Not to mention, Mama had done turned her head to the side, dipped in her bag of tricks, and seen Issa driving from the thing. Yes, God, it then had the nerve to get mad about it, talking about Issa was running away from her. She had no ran home, and Andrew talking about Issa had the nerve to run. No, Issa wasn't running. Issa was trying to keep from giving your ass that ass whooping that you deserved out to her festival. Moving right along, I almost called this girl Angie. Molly gets home and talks to Andrew about the situation and finds out she got a meeting the next day. Now, is it me? Or was it inappropriate the way Molly spoke to her assistant? I seen some stuff on Twitter, and you know what? As much as I don't be for Molly and her antics, she told old girl, right, you are first line of defense when it comes to my communications. When you look incompetent, it makes me look competent, and you are not paid to make me look stupid. Now, granted, she could have said it to her softer, more gentler, a little more nicer, a little more HR friendly, but she told that lady the truth. Drop down in the comments and let me know, do you have an issue with the way Molly spoke to her assistant? Quiet as it's kept, I can already answer my question. My boss would have told me I don't pay you to look stupid. I'd have said good because you do it all by yourself, and I'd have walked the fuck up out of her office. Nevertheless, she spoke to her. So they get on the plane, and Molly is late running through the airport, baby. She finally sits down on the plane, and Karate Kid order her a Jack and Coke, a Long Island, a blanket, a CD player, some peanuts, a headrest, a pack of Kankalon hair, and everything in the mix. And then here come old mess-ass, drunk-ass Kim Fields leaning over with her cameo. I went up, I hollered. Kim Fields looked it good, baby. She looked it good. Good to see you, Kim Fields. You know, truthfully and honestly, I wish Kim Fields could have played on Housewives some of these characters that she played on TV, because we was expecting to see Regine, or we was expecting to see this drunk woman that was on this plane who just had so much power and control over her life. Maybe she would have got Kenya ass together like that. She'd still be on there and not having to be on Insecure for $500 a day. Nevertheless, it was really, really cute. But is it me? Or was it selfish as hell in a true Molly fashion for Molly to ask Andrew, is it alright if we get here, we can just have a private dinner at home, you know, get with your brother them another night? Absolutely not. Molly, number one, you're meeting this person's family for the first time, right? So you got to put on a good impression. Number two, this ain't your vacation. This is the brother and Andrew's vacation that you happen to be allowed to share in. How dare you walk up in this thing trying to rearrange the thing? Okay, no. What you should have asked was, honey, do you think it will be okay if I skip out on dinner? Let me tell you something. You have access to Andrew every day. His brother only gets to see him here, there, and everywhere. So no, it is absolutely wrong for you to take away a whole day from this man's brother because your ass had to go down to the job house and have a meeting with your Ann Taylor lawsuit on White House Black Market before you got on the airplane. That was selfish. And I think that's one of the things that Molly don't realize sometimes in her expectation of other people's actions, that it is selfish. You trying to rearrange some people a whole damn vacation because you tired, girl. You better get you some of this damn Nutriburst and get you some of this ISO CBD tea that I'm selling. Drop that in the description box and get you some, bitch, and get you some NRG pills. You won't be tired. You won't be tired. You'll be full of energy and looking good like me. Well, you didn't have no problem looking good. We're going to talk about that later. But just get you some. And then, honey, if anything, well, see, the reason why your ass was tired because Andrew was on that plane digging in your coochie. Okay, y'all is nasty. Y'all is real nasty. And I bet when you finish, you wiped your hands in that damn blanket and handed it back to them damn people. That's how Corona and Zika and every damn thing else is getting passed around in this United States, you nasty bitches, you. I heard of the Mile High Club, walk y'all ass to the bathroom and quiet as kept, that's inappropriate. But you sitting there humming and a digging and a picking all of her coochie on that airplane, and you think people don't see you? Let me tell you something. I'm one of them nosy bitches. I sees everything going on around me. Girl, I remember one time I was on the bus. Honey, I was taking the 83 down here in Miami, and this Cuban boy was digging in this girl coochie up under her jacket. We was in high school, child, and I saw something, because people don't normally sit on the bench with their eyes closed and was doing like this. So because I saw her do that, and I just happened to be playing in my books or playing in my trapper keeper or whatever the hell I was doing at that age, waiting on my stop. And there was something unnatural about the way she was sitting on the bus. So when I turned around and saw where his hand was, girl, quiet as it's kept, I almost got the digging in mine. No, nevertheless, but I was intrigued as hell, and I kept looking till they saw me, and they saw me, and I kept looking, bitch. I ain't wrong for looking. I got eyes. You got eyes, but they not for me. You better use them for what they for, and that's to see. And I see you got a man. What your man got to do with me with everything since I see him digging in your coochie, see? But that's enough about my life. But just know that it's not appropriate to be doing that in public. They get there, and Andrew, brother and sister, woo! Talk about comedic relief. They are a lot. That brother was very pushy in a very, hi, my name's Bob, kind of way. I was like, you know, you were giving me a whole lot of energy. You were giving me too much too soon. You know, I am a fan of fuck me slow. He laid it on real thick like with the personality. You got to ease people into all of that. And his girlfriend, she was so sweet, but that over-complimenting just annoyed the hell out of me, and it did not feel natural. And nevertheless, both of them almost got their natural asses cussed the fuck out by the end of the episode. But we'll talk about that later. So they get down to the room, and the assignment was to bring gifts. Let me tell you something. Karate Kid, I knew you was nasty when you was digging in her coochie on that airplane, but baby, he had coochie pearls, he had a booty plug, He had a spark plug. He had jumper cables. Child, he might have had a transmission in that bitch. Okay? And Molly just brought her a little piece of La Perla. Girl, and some coconut oil. I guess that was her bedroom candy or whatever the case may be. Coconut oil. And Andrew was like getting real. When she started pulling her stuff out, she was expecting this big old reaction. And it's like, girl, I mean, did you literally expect me to go up for a bottle of lotion and t-shirt in your panties on? Just how I like it. T-shirt in my panties on. Waiting for you. T-shirt in my... We already seen you with your t-shirt in your panties. With your t-shirt in your panties on. I gotta play that when I get out of here. She was a little disappointed that Andrew got to pulling all that shit out of his bag of tricks. I said, ooh, yes, God. But she probably ain't had no strength left after all that fumbling and the bumbling he was doing on the airplane. Nevertheless, once again, somebody had to pacify her feelings because she was having feelings of inadequacy again. But that's all right because he said he gonna make it better. Then they got to talking, honey. And she say, what you like? A whole lot of... Yeah, that's the brat when she was straight. What you like? A whole lot of... We know you don't like a whole lot of dick. And you had Tyrese in that video, but you was really singing the Queen Latifah. What you like? A whole lot of Pizza Hut. Ooh, y'all, I ain't got the good sense God gave a Billy Goat. Nevertheless, what you like? I like to be fucked on the balcony. What you like? Karate Kid was long stroking that thing from that balcony, but is it me, honey? He ain't have her bent over enough. Karate Kid, you ain't got enough dick to be fucking her standing up. You know you needed to bend her down and part them cheeks like the Red Sea. I ain't even finna go there. It was hot or whatever. They had to miss dinner because he had done fucked her down to the Puerto Vallarta environment. Just fucking up the Paris habitat and all that. Them birds, they heard all that squeaking and carrying on. They thought it was a mating call for them. And here it is. Y'all like that fucking like jackrabbits. What you like? A whole lot of... Yes, honey, I like it. What you like? I like that right there. That part. You better stick that egg roll in these collard greens, child. Stir it up. Make it sound like macaroni and cheese. Ooh, y'all, let me get off the line. So then they wake up. And they get ready to go hiking. And Andrew say, I'm surprised your ass could be able to walk. Karate Kid said he had no put that low man down, honey. He had no put that crab ragoon down, honey. He had no blood in her eye with that egg roll, honey. And that was real cute. Then they go up there and they run into Kim Fields again with these little quirky ass cameos, which I love. And Kim Fields is looking really good with that shortcut, might I add. Then they zip line down, go to dinner, and Andrew thanks Molly when they get in the bedroom for actually rocking with her brother's itinerary because Molly can be difficult. And I was glad that Molly was thankful about it. She's like, nah, you know, it's cool. Like, I had a good time. So then Nathan calls Andrew to talk about his car not being able to get out. He had to get out the garage lock. He tells Andrew where he can find another gate clicker. And Molly happens to hear Issa in the background. Then here she go, fumbling and bumbling and talking shit. Now here's my thing that I want to talk about on this. Before we even get to Molly kind of talking shit about Issa, in my opinion, Molly overstepped her boundaries talking shit about Nathan, and Nathan is Andrew's roommate. And not only is he his roommate, he's more than a roommate. A roommate is just somebody you met off a classified ad off of Craigslist that shares a room. That's my boy. Like that's my friend. That's like my brother. We roommates like that. So for you to talk shit about one of my homeboys so freely, that's the issue. Then number two, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. And I like how Andrew gently corrected her. And was like, you know, you talking shit, calling him flaky, but he actually was going through something. He was having some mental health issues. And Andrew tried his best to do it without revealing Nate's business. But it made Molly look stupid as hell. And she had that big hard swallow, like, oh, yeah, and there you go again, running your mouth, jumping to damn conclusions. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And don't talk about my friend. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I learned from Andrew in this situation, right? I'm a hard stop, pause kind of person. Had that been me in that situation, it would have been a, hold on, let me get your ass together real quick. That's my friend. Don't talk about my motherfucking friend. You don't know what you're talking about, and this is what happened. That probably would have ruined the night. Through Andrew, I've learned that there is a softer, more gentler way to correct somebody. And he corrected her very gently, although I think my approach is probably more effective and what's most fitting for somebody like Molly. Anyway, what you like? A whole lot of lingerie in the night. What you like? Baby, did Molly come in that bitch and redefine what it means to pull your panties to the side, let them slide through? She said, baby, first of all, come through Nigerian puss. Molly looked it good, baby. He said he like her to take control. She said, well, the first thing you're going to do is eat this pussy. And they said it on the TV. Yes, honey. Molly had them backed up on that thing and tooted that thing up. She pulled her panties to the side, let them slide through. I said, ooh, bitch. Y'all get nasty, honey. I know HBO was known for the softcore porn back in the day, but I didn't know y'all was trying to reinvigorate the thing. Y'all had to brought it back. He pulled her panties to the side, let her slide through. I'm in and out the pussy, drive through. That's a little bit of 2 Chainz KO. I'm gonna have to play that too. That was cute to eat. That was cute to make them eat it, girl. So then, you know, and this is probably gonna pull me down. It's funny how this pool scene happens to come in the midst of everything that's going on in America right now racially. Molly goes to get a towel because the Chinese girlfriend, the Asian girlfriend, I'm sorry, gets chlorine in her eye, it's burning. And Whitefish at the front desk would not give her a Mexican fish, Spanish fish, would not pool house fish wouldn't give her a towel, citing that she didn't have she needed to see her key card. Okay, so here's what I want to say before I break it down. I think that everyone's feelings in this situation, meaning the brother, Andrew, and Molly, were valid based on their experience and their vantage point, right? In fairness, when Molly walked up, the family before her was receiving their towels. In all fairness, Molly does not know if that woman did or did not ask them for a key card. She didn't. You walked up on the transaction when the towels were being given. Now it's very likely that she didn't. Molly gets up, she asks her for the key card. You know, Molly was like, girl, I'm just in the pool. You know, those types of things happen to us as black people all the time. And sometimes because they happen to us, those experiences can bleed over into some of our other experiences that are non-racial in nature. It's not unreasonable as a black woman for Molly to have believed that that situation was based on race. However, to the Asian brother's point, there could be a possibility that it was not racially motivated. There could be. Now, I'm leaning towards Molly, and an old head in the civil rights game taught me, because I used to go through this thing, right, trying to be so accommodating of white people's feelings and trying to check myself on not wanting everything to be racist. And the litmus test is, they told me, if that's what you feel it is, that's what it is. And that has carried me, and it has not led me astray. In those moments, if that's what you feel it is, that's what it is. So, in that regard, although all of the factual evidence may not have been there, and Molly may not have a case that'll hold up in court, the simple fact that she felt that's what it was, that's what it was. Now, when we get back to the pool, and the brother and Andrew and Molly kind of get into it, here's my issue with the brother. The brother should have practiced some more sensitivity and just let it go. We on vacation. We all know at this age, and these are smart, college-educated people, we all know that race is a sensitive subject across the board. We on vacation. Let it go. He was insistent upon pushing and pushing and pushing, even though the more he pushed, the more upset she was getting. Then Molly felt marginalized when he said, you don't think I experience racism? And we have to pause, right? Because Asian people do. Now, we as black people may argue it's not the same, and it's not. It may not be, and we may argue, oh, we got it worse, and then that opens up the door of us being in the oppression Olympics. But he was not lying when he says he doesn't express issues, but he doesn't experience racism, but it upset Molly even more because it was like, here you go trying to check me, then marginalize my experience by saying you get it too when you don't get it to the level in which I get it. But then it didn't make it any better when Molly looked to Andrew and said, but you're different. Well, wait a minute, what is that supposed to mean? Because I'm just like my brother. Me and him share the same flesh and blood. So this was just a very unique, very well-written scene that exposes just the nuance of race in America across races. And I'm going to tell you something. That scene was so painfully uncomfortable. I was like, I had my feet balled up on the sofa, and I was just like, make it stop. Like, this hurts. It is so uncomfortable, and finally it was over, and I could breathe again. Breathe a na-na-na. Should never breathe again. The brother should have let it go. The next morning, Andrew brings Molly a smoothie, and they talk about, did she ruin the vacation? And Andrew was like, no, I went and I talked to my brother. Let me back up. I'm glad that Molly did a proverbial, fuck you, Andrew, get your brother. Let him know I'm done and I'm about to slap your ass. That's what that was. I'm glad that she did do that. But Andrew talks to Molly, but no, we're not going to go meet up with my brother then. I talked to him. It's handled. We'll try this again another time. And Molly went and called her therapist because she said she needed to talk. She's having some issues letting things go. Then they get back in the States and they run into Lawrence, which was equally as awkward. I don't know why I was picking up on some. Andrew was uncomfortable, I guess, not knowing who Lawrence was in relation to Issa. Molly didn't do a good job of introducing them. Lawrence didn't know whether to shake her hand or to hug. And she's like, girl, we closer than this. We too close for a handshake. I'm like a brother to you, but then again, you diss him so much, the man ain't know what to say. And lo and behold, Lawrence running into Molly prompted him to call Issa, and we see that next week Issa and Lawrence gonna be on a date. Woo! Y'all, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm really proud of myself because y'all don't know what it just took from me from an energy perspective to shift gears and go from Quentin Latham living his real life to being Quentin Latham the entertainer that has to give you guys a video with all kind of inflection and comedic timing and all that type of stuff. That really did just exhaust me. And it's funny because for those watching it speaks to what we have to go through in this country so much. It's like you wake up, you see these images, you see your people being beat down, but you still have to show up to work. You still got to do your job. This is what you was paid to do. You got to do your job with a smile and go to your board meetings and play nice at the coffee machine even though you don't feel nice. Yeah, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe, and I will call y'all later. Bye. Whew.